Hi, I'm Jack Hemingway from the Gardening Products Review, and today we're reviewing the WOLF-Garten pole saw. This is called their interlocken system, which means that there are a variety of different tools that can actually be attached to what they're calling their handle. What I've got in my hand here is an extendable telescoping handle, which goes somewhere between 7 and 13 feet. It has this great feature, which they call the interlocken, where you can actually slide your tool on over this button and it locks into place. There's a lovely guard here so that when you're sawing or using the implement, let's say in a tree as we're going to be doing, that the branches will not push the button in and you lose your saw head in the tree. The saw blade itself is nice in three different ways. One, it has an impulse hardened blade. Impulse hardened blades is just a metallurgical term of how they actually harden the high carbon steel. And the basic advantage of impulse hardened is it lasts 3 times longer than a conventional hardened high carbon steel. The other thing that's nice is it's got this hook here that you can actually hang your saw in a tree. Just as a note from a safety standpoint, you don't want to be hanging your saw on a tree on a windy day or in a situation where you might bump your saw, because if this saw fell down, this is a very sharp saw and could cause a lot of bodily harm. The other thing that's nice about this saw blade is that it has a hook on the end. It's kind of a dual purpose. One is that if you're sawing up near the tip, you're not going to be oversawing and losing your saw cutting ability where the saw actually slips off the branch. The other aspect of this curve here is that when you do saw a branch and invariably gets stuck in the tree itself, you can use that as a hook to pull out the branch itself. This blade is incredibly sharp. It has offset teeth, as I mentioned before. It is impulse hardened. The cuts were absolutely perfect. I've yet to find a pole saw out there that is cut as clean as this particular saw, made by WOLF-Garten. The nice thing about this particular pole system is that it has an indicator notch and a small little hole that shows where the pole will actually engage with a pin. I really like this system here. There are a lot of different pole pruners out there that have tightening locks and those kinds of things. And a lot of times those aren't as effective as a pin locking system. So I'll just demonstrate this. As we go along, we're looking for that next hole, which is right there, and it popped right into place. The other thing about this particular pole is that it has a plasticized handle. It's easy to hold on to, great grip. One safety thing to think about is if you're pruning straight over the top of your head, you really should use a hard hat. So other than that, just keep yourself free from bodily harm by pruning at an angle. The interlocken system that was developed by WOLF-Garten, which happens to be a German manufacturing company. This is a very high quality system here. The interlocken system itself has a combination of over 1,000 different types of combination of different tools. They make everything from pole saws to rakes to window washers to brooms, etc., 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 that can be used on their handle interlocken system with the button itself. One of the really nice things about this interlocken system is it's so easy to take off a tool just by depressing this button and sliding it off. Take a look at this. This is actually a handsaw now. It's designed with both a finger groove right here, and also you can have it so that your pinky is actually hooked by this hook here. So you can actually use it as a handsaw if need be. I've done so. It's absolutely terrific. So they've really put a lot of thought into their whole interlocking system. One thing I did want to point about the interlocking system is that the handles, as they call them, come in different lengths, and for some of their gardening tools like three-tined prongs and those kinds of things used for gardening. They have much smaller interlock and shorter handles for doing that kind of thing. So again, really well designed system. I can't say enough about it.